Do they have the belief? I mean, no. Ben Stokes after the game. I mean, listening back to that, you know, Australia's not a country for weak men, and nor's my dressing room. You know, that was pretty pointed. I mean, in all the bleak days, and there were some great days as well when you were playing for England in Australia. Some amazing moments, some wins. I mean, can you imagine what it would have been like back then, though, if social media was around then? It's been incessant, hasn't it?
Well, of course it has, but we wouldn't have gone on a little trip to Noosa, would we? I mean, listen, as I've said many, many times, there's nothing wrong with having a mid-tour break. I think it's sometimes good to reset, you know?
Yeah.
And I know I'm talking from experience. It is difficult when you go away for long periods of time. I don't think this tour is a long period of time. I think they had 10 days before the first test or something. They had 10 days then after the first test because they got beat in 2 days. And then they've had this long break now after the second test because that didn't go 5 days either. And I think it's made it worse that actually they've gone to a little resort now with them losing 2-0. Now, if they would have been 1-0 down and they'd have put up a fight in both test matches, we'd have had a draw, or we'd have even been winning or drawing the series, I think no one would have bothered them on this trip. But when you're 2-0 down and lost the two test matches in 6 days, it was just open to everyone else. It wasn't even private, was it? Let's be honest. It was just open to everybody. People walking by on the beach. Hi, Ben. How you doing, mate? Let's have a picture with placards and everything with funny messages on them. Fair play to Ben. He had a picture with those two guys from the YouTube.
Local radio.
Yeah, look, fair play to Ben.
Noosa FM.
But what privacy was that? I mean, what privacy was that? And give your head a wobble. It must have been so hard for the players looking over their shoulder every 2 minutes, waiting for a journalist, waiting for a news crew, waiting for a joker, waiting for a local, waiting for somebody from even the England's supporters who have kind of had enough as well.
What did you make of Ben Stokes' comments about weak men?
I didn't quite get it. I really didn't, because unless he's going to make huge changes this test match, I actually didn't understand that quote. I really didn't. I think people have tried to look too deep into it. My personal thought of it was, look, when the going gets tough in Australia, you've got to stand up and fight. And if we're not going to fight, we're going to lose 5-0. I think that's all he was kind of saying. It was just a wake-up call for everyone. It was a rallying call from the captain. We know Ben is a fighter. We knew Flintoff before him in all-rounder was a fighter, and he wanted to win. But if the team can't go with you on the journey, what else can he do? There's only so much you can do as a skipper. I think too many times you have a bad tour and the skipper's the one who gets the blame.
Yeah.
In football, the manager gets sacked. You know where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
In cricket, they blame the captain. It's kind of mad, really. I don't think there's anything more Ben could do.
Well,
I really don't.
According to Michael Vaughan, your old teammate, should bat 3 as well.
Said that 2 years ago, didn't I?
Do you think that's just one? I mean,
not now.
Too many.
2 years ago, I think yes. But now, the difference is between now and 2 years ago, Ben Stokes is our best bowler. Back then, he had Anderson, he had Broad, you know, I mean, he had Wokes, he had plenty of bowling ammunition where Ben really could just bat 3 and bowl 5 overs. That's all he had to do. But now, Ben can't, because Ben's going to have to bowl 15 to 20 overs. He's our best bowler, mate. You've seen him. Once he gets the ball in hand and there's a little bit in it, I mean, he's gold dust. He's a diamond. Can we risk him batting at 3 and not being able to bowl because he's going to be absolutely shot? Well, so 2 years ago, yes. Now, no. Stay where he is.
Well, it does sound like England are going to go in with the same top 7. Let's hear from Brendan McCullum. He's put full faith in his top 7 and won't be making any knee-jerk decisions. Nope, we'll get that in a second. But essentially, he's going to keep with the top 7 and he won't be making any knee-jerk
Does that surprise you? It doesn't me. I think we've seen, I think the series is on the line. You either make wholesale changes or you say, right, this is the team we've backed now for 2 years. Why change it after 2 tests?
I totally agree.
Now, if they lose this one, they're batting low. Well, I don't know who he can bring in. He'd have to bring Bethel in.
They'll start looking to the future, won't they? But this is the biggest game under Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes.
Yeah, well, lose this
and Rob Key.
It's carnage. I mean, you won't want to be there. you won't want to be there, because even England fans would have lost up, and the disappointment.
Well, there's about 20,000 waiting to fly out there, aren't they?
No, I mean,
the kids are off on holiday on Friday, and they'll be booked in Friday night, arrive in Melbourne on Saturday.
And Sydney, so they're all going to be going out there, and there'll be so much disappointment, and it'll only get worse. I mean, you've seen the mickey taking already. Like I said, this break they were supposed to have last week, where they were just followed by every single person there. There were no privacy on that trip. Purely because of the state of the series that it is. And if they lose another one, I mean, I feel for them, I really do. There'll be a few heads will need a proper shake, and there will be changes then.
There will. Let's hear from Brendan McCullum.
We've had a top 7 now for a period of time, and we've been reasonably successful with it. These conditions should suit the style of batters that we've got as well. We know we haven't got enough runs so far in the series. We've been in positions where we could have, and we've made mistakes, and that can happen at times. But for us to go on and win the series, it's not about throwing out what's been successful for us over the last few years. It's about having more conviction in it. It's about making sure that we have our plans and our disciplines around it just screwed down a touch more. And it's making sure we walk out there, we have utter belief in what we're capable of achieving, and knee-jerk reactions and chopping and changing settled batting lineups is not really our way, no.
Well, they don't really have any option anyway, do they? They've only got Bethel in the wings, and he hasn't really batted.
They made their mind up before they went out there who's going to play. I mean, as he said there, they put all the eggs in a basket. I mean, they said about Jacob Bethel, people thought he might play instead of Pope. Look, he had to keep going with Pope. He's still got a decent average in Test cricket. He's got to deliver. We all know that. Same as Crawley's got to keep delivering. Duckett has to deliver. They're under pressure. Harry Brook has to show a little bit more determination, a bit more in-game intelligence. We know Joe Root is the quality player he is, and they've got to deliver now. That's my thought. That, and when he said they've been quite successful, well, we've been very successful doing.
Well, he said relatively.
Well, I don't
successful.
I don't know how to judge that, because we ain't qualified for a Test final yet. And realistically, let's be honest about this. South Africa have come into it now, but originally, before South Africa have turned up the heat this last 12 months, 18 months, really it was Australia, England, and India. It was a 3-horse race, right? And we never qualified for the Test final yet.
Nope.
And the last, 30 tests? Lost 14, won 14, drawn 2. Is that great?
Well, it isn't. I mean, for a while they were pointing to the record before Brendan, Ben and Rob took over, weren't they? The 2 wins in 17. But that was during the COVID years and towards the back end of, quite a painful regime. They can't really look back at that anymore. It's about results, and it's about winning. They've got to win in Adelaide. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate saying it, because I'm a proud Englishman. I want England to win, and I still go on paper. The first 2 Ashes series, when you look at both starting teams in both Test matches, I would have been a lot happier with England's team on the sheet, with no Lyon. There's been no Cummins, no Hazelwood. Khawaja not playing. Yeah, you could talk about his age, and he's coming towards the end. After this series, it'll probably be it, right? But a new opener coming up top. Not sure about the former Labuschagne. Obviously, Labuschagne in first-class cricket done well being Test cricket. It's almost like a comeback.
Well, he's just been dropped,
side.
Right?
Yeah. And then Cameron Green, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the best place for him to bat? They're not quite sure. And then they've brought in players like Nisa, who bowled 75 miles an hour to keep us stood up, which he would never get a game for England, because England would never pick anybody who don't bowl over 83, 84 miles an hour. So on paper, England had the best side, more settled side, and the better team, right? But we're 2-0 down. We're 2-0 down. We've got to find something in Adelaide, which is a lovely ground. I love playing there myself. And both my sons played there, played great cricket over in Adelaide. One played at Glenelg, the other played at Browns. And England normally do okay at Adelaide. It is a ground that suits us. It's very English, the ground. It won't have the same bounce. We're not expecting it to have the same bounce. So on paper, England have got a better chance. But if they don't deliver, like I said, it's going to be they're running from here. I'm turning TV off because I'm not going to be able to watch it. If they go 3-0 down, I just dread what could happen.
Well, we'll sleep through it, won't we? Look, we've got plenty more to come in the show. Steve Harmison is about to join us. We're going to be talking about Mark Wood, of course, who's sadly going to be flying back. He might already actually be back in England. We're going to cross to Australia. Bharat Sundaresan and also Cameron Ponsonby, two men on the ground, are going to give us the English and the Australian take.